All right, that should do it, I believe, anyway. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. It is Tuesday evening. We'll get to the introductions here in just a little bit. Again, for right now, decently quiet, but we do stand the possibility of seeing more potential showers and thunderstorms coming up throughout the night. Radar is not really showing much of anything right now. We have some thunderstorms up around Crossville and around portions of the area around I-40 up around Middle Tennessee and the Plateau, but we do not have anything else going on at this time. So very much on the quiet side. And again, hopefully it's going to be staying that way for tonight. That's going to be the worst of the worst activity for now. All right, audio's sounding good there. Let me check in on Twitch real quick and make certain that everything is where it needs to be. And it looks like we are. So far, so good for tonight. Okay, we are good to go. Just checking in and making certain everything's good there. If you've got anything to say, drop it to our social media pages. You can check out what's going on Twitch and also on YouTube for tonight. And thanks to everybody for checking in and watching what is going on out there for this evening. What we've got for tonight is going to be more of the same. There's really not much of anything else changing anytime soon. If you're up around Meigs County and back to around the area of Bledsoe County, that's where we're getting the heaviest rainfall for right now. Some showers across the area of the southern parts of the viewing area, Chattooga, Gordon, Whitfield, down to and around the area of Bartow and Floyd counties, picking up some showers, and some more showers trying to hang together south of Huntsville. But beyond that, there's really just not that much going on at this point, but more activity like this will be possible again throughout the course of the rest of the evening. We have nothing showing up in the way of severe weather, and the severe weather threat has basically been lifted for the entire area, so we don't have much of anything else going on. This is Weather Overtime. It is Tuesday night, the 13th of the month, and again, for right now, so far, so good, relatively quiet. Thanks for joining us on Twitch and YouTube if you're watching there. Questions, concerns, again, email address at the lower section of the screen if you'd like to check in at aonek@wdef.com. And thanks to everybody for checking in for tonight. If you are around the area, let us know. If you're not, just post that in the comments section and tell us what you're seeing for right now. Taking a look at our cameras, beautiful sunset fractured by a few clouds from the downtown area tonight, and that again available on the EPB fiber optics weathercam network. We did manage to pick up again a pretty healthy amount of rain. We'll take a look at the Almanac page in just a little bit. The view from Lookout Mountain, you can see Ruby Falls shining away there nicely, and looking back toward the west, Raccoon Mountain and the lights of Signal Mountain off in the distance. Very quiet, again, very rumbly, lots of thunder earlier on. This is kind of interesting because we rarely see this area uncongested at this time of the night. 75 north to 24 west is usually a pretty good indication of what's going on with the construction just to the west of this area. And as of right now, traffic is moving along very nicely, so we're not seeing any problems with visibility or rain for right now. Again, that could change into later on tonight, so stay tuned for more there. Temperatures right now, not bad. We're going back into the mid to upper 60s. The rain and the cloud cover filtered out a lot of the sunshine for today, but it did not get rid of all of it, so it was a decently warm day across much of the region. But honestly, it felt pretty nice out there. Almanac page looking like this again for the rest of the day today. We had, again, some beautiful conditions out there with temperatures just below normal. We should be at 80 degrees for a high temperature at this time of the year. Again, apologies for the glare that you see. I wish production would have consulted me before slapping this light together in just the wrong location. 92 was our record high, set in 62. 63 is our low this morning, just above normal. 37, the record low that hasn't been broken since 1941. And this is really interesting to take a look at here. 2023 and 2024 were very dry years by comparison. This time around, we are catching up nicely. The rain that we've picked up in the last several days, including today, nearly 1.5 inches. Now, whether or not that was an actual record taking place, we're not sure about that just yet. It's possible that it was. I'm going to check on that real quick. But really, the neat thing about this is we have done a very good job of taking a look at a very healthy amount of rainfall taking place out there for today and over the last few days and weeks, which means we are way above where we should have been for this time of the year. So we did manage to wind up again with a healthy amount of rainfall out across the area. Let me see here. We did not precipitation. Okay, apparently we did not set any records for the, well, okay, it hasn't been updated just yet, but we did manage to pick up quite a lot out there. All right, record highest amount on this date was 1972, where we picked up about 3 inches of rainfall. That has not happened today. We got about half as much as we got for the record highest at this date. So that, again, it's a little bit less, but it does actually show us that we did manage to pick up quite a lot of rainfall. We are now nearly 6.5 inches ahead for the month. We are way above where we should be. We could, stop getting rainfall. There's a very healthy dinner tonight, so I beg your pardon on that. If we stop getting any rain for the month of May, we would wind up with quite a surplus in the next 2 weeks on top of what we should have been getting. And for the year, the last couple of years, we have been very much on the dry side. We are now ahead for the year and the month for the year by over 5 inches. And that's significant as we head into summertime. Depending on how much more rainfall we get in the next several days as we enter those summer doldrums where we get a lot more heat and humidity but not too much in the way of rain, that will help us out a little bit more because we probably have, as typical, a drier summer ahead of us. Some showers and thunderstorms, yes, but not a lot, and that means we could be getting very much on the dry side in the course of the next few days. So that is something that could really help us out, especially where the drought situation is concerned. Thanks a lot to News 12 viewer Sherry Turner from Jasper. This is from several weeks ago, back during winter at Foster Falls. I've never been to these places. I've really got to go take a look at some of these at some point. Beautiful photography, especially during winter when the falls were frozen. Since we're going into some more very warm weather, I thought it's appropriate that we take a look back and see what it looked like. Maybe this will help cool us off in the next few days, because with the temperatures out there, we are going to need some cool thoughts coming our direction. If you've got pictures, let's see them. Drop them to us again at pictures@wdef.com. You can go to our social media pages, drop them off in the comments section, and then you can go to wdef.com/photos and drop your pictures off there and see what everybody else has been submitting for the picture of the day. So again, that opportunity to see that and get your pictures out there. We'd love to see what you're seeing, so go ahead and send those in to us. Pollen today, tree pollen and grass pollen. Kind of hard to see that. Apologies again for the light. Tree pollen at moderate. Same thing with grass pollen. Mold spores at a lower level. And air quality from earlier tonight back in the mid-30s. The rain kind of washing out the atmosphere, so looking much better out there for today and in the last couple of days. Into the weekend, the Tin Man coming up, or the Iron Man coming up downtown Chattanooga, so we'll see how well the weather corresponds to that. What we've got for right now, what was our storm system swirling over the middle parts of the Mississippi, or the Mid-South as it's colloquially known. The storm system, what's left of it, is now just this stretched out dashed line. It's an area of low pressure. It's called a trough, T-R-O-F. It's just a stretched out area of low pressure, but it's still enough to shepherd all this moisture up, very much an atmospheric river. Because you can see over the last few days this moisture coming in from off of the Pacific, across Central America, through the Caribbean, the Gulf, and all the way up into our location, and that's what has been feeding those showers and thunderstorms over the last few days. So some of that moisture has been thanks in part to what we've been looking at into moisture from an ocean away, believe it or not, and that's what's been helping to really give us more dousings of rainfall out there. Now, for the next couple of days, we are going to be seeing, again, temperatures kind of close to normal, but definitely on the warmer side, especially south of us. Carolinas to Texas should be looking at much above normal in the way of temperatures from around the area of the entire southeast United States. Precipitation chances, whatever we did have, lowering by just a bit, but we will see more potential through the next several days. Looking again at the potential of more rainfall coming on through. That is where we're going to be seeing that potential out there that could be a bit of a problem through the next few days. And again, for the last several days, we are now quite above normal. For the past 30 days on average, percentage of normal rainfall, we are at 222%. And on this map, we win the lottery on that one. So we are doing quite okay for rainfall. Hopefully that helps us out where it comes to the drought situation out there. We are definitely not looking at a rainfall deficit. Drier conditions around I-40, I-55 into the Mid-South area and down toward the Gulf Coast, but otherwise looking at much nicer conditions where it comes to rainfall out there. And for the next 90 days, it does look to be, again, decently warm as we head into summertime. So May, June, July, August, probably staying again quite on the warm side, so get set again to get warmer. How much warmer are we looking at for the next couple of days? Well, for right now, it is going to be definitely on the nice side for the most part. I'm not too sure if that's Lakeside out there looking north from Island Cove Marina and Resort. Beautiful view there. A few clouds drifting across and some more rain. Tennessee Highway 58 over there for the lights that you see. All of our cameras, again, you've been watching on the EPB Fiber Optics WeatherCam network, so please drop by and take a look and see what we have to offer there. Okay, over the next several days, we are going to be looking at the potential for more in the way of showers and thunderstorms out there, and that is where we could be looking again at the potential for more rainfall, more problems across much of the area. And that is where we, again, are going to be seeing outdoor activities, a bit of a problem. So please keep in mind anything going on outdoors to get it moved back indoors again in probably a hurry, especially if you see lightning or hear thunder out there. It's time to wrap it up and get back in. So a scattered chance of a shower or thunderstorm on Wednesday, less in the way of rain or thunder on Thursday, and that means more warm air with the sunshine heating us up, and we'll be back pushing 90 degrees, 88 Thursday and Friday. But then Friday into the weekend, showers and thunderstorms come back once again, leave the area, wrap up on Monday. Tuesday looks to be, again, warm and humid, but not seeing anything in the way of any extra amounts of rainfall there. So we do have the occasional break in the potential of showers and thunderstorms. It's not much, and we definitely could use the rainfall to kind of soak things in and keep things very nice, and no real raise in the wildfire rate, but I think we could take a break from the rainfall at least for a while anyway. Again, for the next couple of days, not bad. Throwing this out there again, Asteroid Day is still around the corner by a little bit. That's coming up at the end of June. That's a very important date. Again, why we need to talk about that, where we have to have a strong effort in mathematics and science and engineering, especially and astronomy, if we want to keep our planet safe. That's coming up June 30th. I'll be talking more about that over the course of the next several weeks, so definitely want to stay tuned to News 12 for more information on that. All right, we've already done our picture of the day. Let's go ahead and hop on over to our poll of the day, which, again, switching back to the music trivia, written by Ian Tyson in 1962, done by the a folk duo from that area of Canada and considered the unofficial anthem of Alberta, Canada. 3 big avalanches, 4 strong winds, or 5 days of sunshine. And 4 strong winds caught the majority of the votes, and that is exactly what the answer is. So congratulations on that. It actually was written according to what I was able to research about the migrant workers of Canada moving with the seasons and the winds going from one direction to the other. So kind of neat to be able to see that history on there. Thanks to roofquotes.com for being our sponsor for our weather question of the day. And we'll have a new one coming up at midnight, so definitely want to stay tuned for more on that. Want to go back to a topic that is very much on the interesting side to me. Several topics over the last several days. We are approaching the end of the semester. National Weather Service in Nashville holds their Weather 101 program every fall and every spring, and they tackle a lot of different topics, and they have these online webinars that you can join in the mornings or in the evenings, usually between Mondays and Fridays. And the last few weeks have been some incredible topics to take a look at, and you can see the variation in the different topics here, from radar, all about satellites, weather observations in 3 dimensions, how we use the forecast models to forecast weather, fire weather on there. This morning was all about QLCSs, or quasi-linear convective systems. Tonight's topic, I should say, now this meeting is already over with, but it was a very unique topic, and I wish that I could have tuned in for it, but I had things to do, so I couldn't do that tonight. Tonight's topic was about using AI when it comes to weather forecasting at the Storm Prediction Center, the folks that are responsible for issuing the severe weather forecasts. And that is a very fascinating topic out there. Thanks to the National Weather Service Nashville for holding this webinar out there. Again, there are numerous topics coming up for the next couple of weeks, but we are getting closer and closer to the end of the semester. Thanks to National Weather Service Nashville for putting this on. More information, and these are totally free, by the way. You just sign up for it and attend. If you want to ask questions, you have to have a microphone to be able to ask verbally the questions to the National Weather Service about whatever topic you've got in mind. So we can go for more at weather.gov/OHX, and it'll be great to be able to see you take part in that. This is one more good example about what NOAA does to help the community out, and a certain Doge group and a certain South African billionaire and a certain project are completely and totally in the wrong when it comes to gutting NOAA because they talk about climate change, and that needs to stop. All the congressionals out there, if you voted for this to happen, you are hurting America. Let's just say it right there. If you are voted against it, congratulations. You have voted to help save a very nice, great agency to be able to help keep us safe and informed, and demolishing it, dismantling it, hiding the data, destroying the data, in fact, really doesn't do anything except harm Americans. And you voted for that if you voted for the South African billionaire and a certain project with a year after it to do a good job of hurting our country. So if you voted for that, gee, thanks. You're making things a lot worse. So nice job on that for everything. Again, if you have any questions on that, just give us an idea as to what's happening with you at our website. We'd love to see more about what is going on out there with you. So thank you very much for noticing, again, what is happening out there. That should pretty much do it for tonight. Let me get the dog walking forecast in here real quick so that you know exactly what's going on. Thanks to our viewers, Anonymous, for a view of Remy from Ringgold on the beach and having some nice vacation vibes there. In the morning, could be some more showers and thunderstorms, but best possibility will be toward the afternoon and the evening hours for more potential of showers and thunderstorms out there. So again, that is going to be the worst of the worst activity as we go into the next couple of days. So if you have any plans for getting out and walking the dog, you shouldn't have too much to worry about, but I would keep the rain gear handy just in case. Now, we are less than 48 hours away from the beginning of hurricane season in the Pacific. Their season starts a little bit earlier. because of the activity and the warmer waters here in the East Pacific. The Atlantic, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean, that season starts as usual on June 1st. So for right now, we will continue to see the potential of more in the way of activity over the course of the next several days. We'll be watching for that, and unfortunately, the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, and the Atlantic are already at temperatures that you shouldn't see until early July. That is very bad news, and that means hurricane season could really heat up pretty rapidly out there. From the World Meteorological Organization, all about the climate state of Africa in 2024, which reveals that extreme weather, climate change are intensifying hunger, insecurity, and displacement across Africa. If you'd like to see the report for yourself and read what the WMO says, go to our website, wdef.com/weather, and you'll be able to see more about that for yourself on there. So thanks to everybody at the World Meteorological Organization for putting that together. That should do it for right now. We're going to cut this short for tonight because there's really not that much going on, and because my daughter is calling me from Johnson City, so I want to see what's going on with her. Got questions? Email me. Again, go to our website. Chip Chapman has your forecast coming up bright and early in the morning. And, of course, I'll have more tomorrow evening on Peak of the Week Wednesday. Live and direct from downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee, I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek from the WDEF News 12 studios. Thanks for joining us for Tuesday. Stay tuned for more as we go into the middle and end part of the week. Thanks for joining us.